Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who don't know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. If anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, we do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, I'm going to be following on from the previous video where we looked at ticker symbol TEM, Tempus AI, and we're going to be asking the question, what does Nancy Pelosi know, as the stock is again doing exceptionally well? And we're also going to be looking at ticker symbol MMTLP and asking the question, did the CEOs plan a short squeeze? So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first of all, from Yahoo Finance, we can see that Trump has stated that he will demand an interest rate drop, hinting at a coming clash with Jerome Powell. So that's certainly going to be interesting. Although the markets would welcome an interest rate drop, I think interference with regard to forcing an interest rate drop would not be welcomed by the markets, and I hope that does not happen. And from CNBC, we can also see that the Dow Jones is jumping approximately 300 points. The S&P 500 is heading for a record close after Trump has stated he's looking for low interest rates, and he's also looking for a lower price of oil. And in other news just breaking with regard to Trump is he's just officially signed a crypto executive order, and this has just been revealed. So let's see what happens from this. And before we get started on TEM, shout out to the Discord, and one of the stocks that we called out was ticker symbol VATE, Innovate Corporation, again doing exceptionally well, up over 112.96% at $10.52. And another stock we have been featured on the channel also hit an all-time high today, ticker symbol RKLB, Rocket Lab. So congratulations to everybody who has been holding Rocket Lab. I'll start by having a look at ticker symbol TEM, also known as Tempus AI, and this is a stock that was called in our weekly watch list, where we also shared information with regard to a recent trade shared by Nancy Pelosi, and it was also covered in the recent video, so go ahead and check that out. And we also called out ticker symbol RGTI amongst a number of other stocks. So in the previous video we did do a stock overview of TEM, and we're going to follow that up also in today's video. So right now it's trading around about $53.08, up over 47% on the previous 5 days. So good news for everybody who got into TEM. So let's have a quick recap in terms of the company profile. So this is a technology company looking to advance precision medicine through artificial intelligence, principally in healthcare. And the company provides AI-enabled precision medicine solutions to physicians to deliver personalized patient care in parallel facilities. We're looking at discovery, development and delivery of optimal therapeutics. So let's have a look at some of the key catalysts that I'd like to share with you. So first of all, the company is looking to take advantage of the comprehensive of their data sets and AI tools that they have to enable deeper insights and actionable results. We're looking at 50% of oncologists in the US are currently using TEM and creating a strong network effect. So I think certainly this is one of the things that Nancy Pelosi would have been aware of. There's a post-IPO lockup period that's recently expired, and that's one of the reasons why the stock is down overall over the previous 50% approximately from the IPO. And what's also happening now, they've announced an acquisition of Ambry Genetics, and this is something that with the purpose to accelerate their path to profitability. So certainly very bullish and positive there. And 2024 they also had a data licensing revenue and an net revenue return of approximately 140%. So great news there. In terms of the AI healthcare market, that's expected to grow from 21 billion in 2024 so maybe about 150 billion in 2029, looking at a compound annual growth rate of 48%. And in the previous video, go ahead and check that out. We also shared details from Fintel of a significant ownership from Google and investment. So good news there and potential there from Google. And if we have a look at insider transactions, again, these are quite significant. and the CEO is also quite a significant shareholder who currently has over 1 million shares, so very, very bullish there as well. And in the previous video we also shared details of institutional trading, and a number of hedge funds are also holding TEM. So have a look at MMTLP, and the first post I'd like to share with you is from Gandalf, who stated, not only does FINRA not regulate foreign entities, but the SEC does not regulate failed to delivers outside the NSCC system, which is a subsidiary of the DTCC. So was the NSCC truly not handling MMTLP trades? And it does make you wonder who regulates the failed to delivers, and you will find the answer very interesting. So let's have a look at the image shared by Gandalf, and he states here, without shares failing to deliver at the NSCC, it appears that regulators cannot find fraud in the market. So in other words, the fraud is existing in the market, but it looks like FINRA and the SEC are doing absolutely nothing about it. And the SEC does not regulate failed to delivers outside the NSCC system, so it certainly looks like an area that needs to be looked at, especially by the new chair of the SEC, I would suggest. And what Dennis Neal has now posted is breaking news with regard to his interview with the intrepid Kristen Shaughnessy on MMTLP and related stock fraud, out tomorrow. What's bugged me, so go ahead and check that out. I think that should be available any minute now. And from Sam Hill, we can see here that he states that what happened to Ralph Norman? Did he abandon the 65,000 MMTLP families, including veterans, after promising a share count and promising transparency? So what I think is certainly ironic about Mr. Ralph Norman is that he just recently posted a tweet, and in that tweet he stated, promises made, promises kept. So go ahead and check that post out. And what Frank Nez has also shared here is an article looking at Frank Norman, now scrutinised, and over failed MMTLP promises. So I would certainly second that. So let's now have a look at a latest legal update. This is provided by John Berder, and this is John Berder's motion to dismiss with regard to the SEC versus John Berder and George Palicaros. So let's have a look at some of the details shared by John and what he states here. First of all, John Berder files this motion to dismiss, and it's brought by the complaint was brought by the Securities and Exchange Commission. So there is a request for an oral argument. Mr. Berder believes that the SEC's pleading deficiencies are clear. He acknowledges that some of the underlying facts as alleged by the complaint may not be. He also submits that oral argument would assist in streamlining the issues before the court. So he also goes on to say the case is in search of a plausible theory, and the SEC filed its complaint against Mr. Berder and Palicaros, alleging that the defendants intended to effectuate an unsuccessful short squeeze. And then he states to the detriment of the short sellers through a planned and disclosed merger of Torchlight Energy Resources and Metamaterials, and the SEC is alleging that the defendants capitalized on this. And these were, but basically what John is saying, that these were public and fully disclosed corporate actions serving legitimate businesses for the purpose and benefit of the shareholders, and short sellers on the other hand are fundamentally different to traditional investors. They are basically betting on the company to fail, and also predicting that the market has overvalued the company's shares. So a contradiction of interest there from the short sellers. And he also goes on to say here that the SEC's novel contention that the former CEOs of Torchlight and Meta engaged in a scheme to manipulate the market by intending to create a short squeeze via the announcement of this special dividend to take advantage of the short squeeze during the merger. And he states that this special dividend was lawful. It was issued as announced. The market understood the potential impact the special dividend would have on the short sellers, i.e. they would have normally been obligated to close their positions, especially by the broker-dealers. And moreover, he states here the SEC does not and cannot assert that a short squeeze upon which its entire theory is based even occurred. So the SEC seems to be quite vague in its answers there, and as a result they cannot allege facts showing that the market was deceived by Meta's special dividend, which is a fundamental element of a manipulation claim. So finally, thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.